Hello and welcome to DayZ. This game probably came to a surprise to you today because I haven't actually played this mod for quite a while now actually. I think it's been probably months since I've actually played this game, but you'll probably notice I'm actually just leaving off as I did all that time ago because this is the same character. I haven't actually played it for so long, so this is actually the first time I've actually been on this game again for quite a while. I've kind of forgotten all the controls, which obviously doesn't really help considering the risk of being killed by a zombie or either being mauled by a player. But nonetheless, I thought it'd be fun just to kind of give it a go and see how we do. Tank trap kit. Didn't know I had one of them actually. But no, luckily I haven't lost any characters or anything, which is quite good. It comes as a bonus really, so I'm just going to get a can of baked beans in and eat that quickly. Oh. Okay, I think that must be like a little bug there or something, I don't really know. To be fair, they probably haven't fixed the bugs yet. It's still an alpha, so there's a lot of work to be done still, which is obviously slightly unfortunate because it's been in alpha for a while actually. I mean, it has seen quite a lot of progress because you'll notice the debug monitor's now gone, meaning that I think they've fixed many of the bugs, many of the kind of game-breaking bugs that when you like log in you'd either be like randomly dead, or I think they've like kind of fixed respawn bugs as well, because there used to be hundreds of bugs which many of them didn't necessarily break the game, but they just kind of just made the whole game an annoyance just generally, because it just made it impossible for anyone really to do anything. Because people would like suddenly like one day log in and then find that they've got low guns because their guns have suddenly disappeared or something. I'm actually on the server I usually play on, but from what I can see, I don't think there's actually many people on the server, because when I joined it said there was only like 2 or 3 people on, which in some ways can be good, but it can be bad obviously, because many of the people who kind of join, I mean some people purposely join low population servers just to avoid players, which I mean some people probably see that as kind of cheating, and yeah, kind of some people like frown against it and think no, that's not good, people shouldn't do that, because the whole point is to be able to, well, the whole like half the game is about being shot by the players. But although I am on a low population server and I'm thinking, yeah, I probably could go to like some of these places down here and probably get some good loot, but many of these people on this server will probably have joined it exactly for that reason, basically so they can go around like cities without being harmed by players in any way, but only zombies. So a lot of these people will probably actually be in cities like this just farming kind of the loot, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, as I say, this is kind of like this is the server I always go on anyway, so although it kind of is a bonus in some respects that I'm like on a low population server, it kind of like, I know this server works kind of thing. So I mean, sometimes you can just do a quick match and you can end up being on some ridiculously high population server, and sometimes you could have like incredible lag because some of these servers are like obviously over the other side of the world. So I picked this one just because it's like hosted in England, so I thought, well, why not? I know this is a reliable server, at least I think it is. There's a few zombies starting to pop up, which could be a problem of course. So at this point, I mean, I know a lot of people just, for some reason I have this notion of that I don't want to like shoot anything kind of thing, because many people will be like, don't go prone because someone can easily come up behind me and shoot me. Which, yeah, obviously is true, but for some reason I just have a notion of doing it, because I think, well, I've got better in the sense that I now crouch, like going towards places and stuff, but then when I get near I think I'm not really going to risk starting a firefight, because it just gives away your location to everyone. I mean, you suddenly get like tons of zombies on you, all mauling you, trying to kill you. So I kind of think, well, I don't really want to take that risk. And obviously, as soon as I shoot someone or something, it's going to attract players as well. I mean, players will suddenly know you're there. Some of them will run away, some of them will just be like, oh no, let's get out of here kind of thing. But I don't know, so there's some good, looks like there's some good stuff down here. I've got Stanag Mag, which isn't really much use to me, neither is this. I mean, these are excellent magazines. I mean, these aren't bad mags, mind you. So I'm going to pick up some of these, because we've got an M9 mag, G17 mag, and they're relatively good things. Oh, I've already got a hunting knife. So yeah, it's quite interesting, because I mean, the loot you find in these areas generally is pretty good. Because obviously some of the time you can find ammunition for pretty good weapons, but occasionally you may find ammunition but may not actually find the gun, which of course isn't good. That was slightly risky, because that could have ended up with us being killed. Because obviously when you're on harder ground, you get picked up a lot more easily. So people don't really have to do much to find you. Or zombies don't, because obviously the harder the ground, you're just standing on grass is pretty easy stuff just to get away from them. But obviously when you're like stomping around on tarmac, it's a bit different. So quite weirdly, we've just found another AK-74, which is I'll go into a bit of the history of the AK-47. Okay, it's a history cast, but basically the like the number that comes after the AK-47 was actually developed over the kind of year that it was made. So the AK-47 was actually made in 1947, and then after that, people then the guy who made the AK-47 then decided, oh, I want to make like a new improved version of this gun. And to be honest, it looks exactly the same. I think it's just got slightly less recoil, and it does a bit more damage. Now, this is tempting. I've never had an M9 before, and from what I've heard, they're not actually that great, which is kind of what I'm trying to pick up here, because the M1911 should, in theory, shoot a zombie in one kill, and it's a pretty nice gun. But the thing is, it's just so tempting. I mean, there's an M9 just right down here. I mean, it's kind of like a military grade gun, and the only thing is that it's not actually a proper... Well, it is a proper gun, but it's just not designed for to basically cause damage. Well, yeah, obviously it is it is made to cause damage. That's a bit stupid. So it is caused to do damage, but it just doesn't. It's got a much lower caliber, I think, and it's got all sorts of other disadvantages. But I mean, it is tempting. I don't really know. There's a few high explosive for like grenade launchers, but I don't have a grenade launcher, and it's kind of like tempting just because I'll have grenade launchers or something. But at the end of the day, I'll probably never find a grenade launcher. So is that what? Is that just tree roots or? Yeah, well, so I was just thinking that was like a dead zombie, because from here it does. And I would rather hope that there wouldn't be any dead zombies. Although actually, obviously, I don't mind that the zombies are dead. But yeah, strangely I prefer that I did see alive zombies, just so I know that there's no kind of other players around. So, so yeah, it depends how much ammunition we have. To be fair, we've got some quite good ammunition. I mean, we've got more than the M1911. So I'm thinking, well, we've got more ammo. We've got 2 rounds technically, so I suppose it's kind of like, why not? I always go for like the more ammunition, because I'd only just found 1 ammo clip of that, so that was like, you only get 7 shots per round for them, which It's effectively half. I'm just thinking I can hear zombies. I think they're drawing in closer. In fact, I think there was one running about somewhere, so that either means that there's a player around or someone knows I'm here. Both of which are bad things. So I won't blabber on too much, but basically, yeah, this has got 30 shots, I suppose, compared to 7. Although, obviously, this would provide... The other one is, like, practically one-shot kill or whatever. This probably... I would imagine this is quieter as a whole. I'm just wondering, because you can... Yeah, I was just wondering if there's, like, any spare ammunition. We've got an M9, which is, 9mm, so it's not that great, really. Damage-wise, it's not going to be amazing, but I just think, well, to me, if I found a, yeah, exactly, if I found, like, an M9, which is my first kind of military-grade pistol, to me, it's kind of just like, why not? Might as well pick it up. A few bits down there, which I've already taken. I think I opened that one accidentally. Now this is where it gets tricky, because preferably you really want to be able to, like, just get out of this area, because you are a prime target standing here. You're like a sitting duck, because especially crawling along the floor, literally this is, I mean, this kind of like forecourt bit you want to get out of as soon as possible. I mean, once you're into the green you can just like go running. Just get out of here, but in this point you just want to get out of here as quickly as possible, because you never know when the next player could be along, and if he sees you've just got some nice loot from the fire station, like an AK and an M9, he's going to be thinking, oh actually yeah, I could do with some of that, so like pull up his Makarov or something, shoot you a couple of times. And I think we're not doing that one on Blood, because yeah, I know that is annoying, because I actually found the debug monitor quite well, because you could actually see your exact blood, whereas now it's more like you kind of just have to, you only get a gauge from what you see down there, which is obviously kind of glinting yellowish. And I think the saturation on the screen's gone a bit darker, because as you know, once you get hit a couple of times your screen starts to go all dark. Character goes a bit funny, so I think we are slightly low on health and stuff. In fact, we do need a drink, so I'm just going to get that quickly. Hope preferably before that zombie gets us, but we'll see. There we go. I'm sure that zombie's following us, because I'm thinking I'm trying to go further and further out just to get out of here and go back to my spot, because I literally just camp up there. I do camp on this game, and I don't think there's anything wrong camping on a game like this, because all I literally do is like hide up there, come down, do my rounds and whatever. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people actually now have taken to, like, they don't really wander to the cities. I mean, obviously people still do. But yeah, a lot of people now, they've got better tactics, because once you play this game quite a while, you know, you kind of learn not to kind of avoid the cities, and like after a while you kind of build up a knowledge base of the kind of local towns and areas which have good loot, which probably won't have as many players, which was is the way to go. But of course, if you're like got minimum food, you're kind of in a bit of trouble. But at the moment, in all honesty, I think if I could find animals and live near a pond, I mean, I would be sorted, because I think I mean, apart from matches, I could probably live off the wildlife, a bit like Bear Grylls, because you can kill animals, cook their meat and whatever, and you get quite a few chunks, and actually replenishes a lot of blood. So preferably, you want to get, the most important things you really want to get when you start this game is you need a gun, preferably just like pretty, I mean, to be honest, you don't really need good guns in this game to survive. I mean, the AK I'm probably not really going to use unless I'm going to be attacked by a player, because I think for killing zombies I don't particularly need it. So for stuff like that I'll just use my pistol, but then if I suddenly see some guy approaching towards me, like with his gun, looking as though he's about to shoot me, or does start shooting at me, I'm just going to think, yeah, at this point I'm not really too bothered, I'm just going to pull out my AK and just shoot them until they die. So the first things first, you want to acquire a weapon. That is the priority, really, because you've obviously got a bit of time before you're going to start needing food and drink and whatever. So the first priority really is just to get a gun. After that you want to get as much food and water as possible, and then literally you can just survive off of that. So I'm quite proud of that. That was quite a nice run. We found another AK-74, which obviously I can't pick up anyway. But yeah, that's quite a nice find. Didn't actually have any ammo with it, which obviously if I had just found that I probably wouldn't have taken it, because it would have replaced whatever else I had, which, like, yeah, it didn't have any other ammo, which is usually a bit weird. So I'm wondering if someone's been here recently, because most of the time it will spawn with at least one clip of ammo. So my thoughts are possibly like what I did with the M1911. Someone could have been there before and seen a better gun, picked that up, and then dropped the AK or whatever. So I don't really know, but I'm quite happy with that. We've got an M9, which isn't a bad pistol. Well, it's not great, but it's pretty good. And we've still got our AK, so I think that will be it from DayZ today. Tekkit I'm going to be doing in just a second, probably about 10 minutes after this. But yeah, this would have uploaded probably after I've finished Tekkit anyway. Again, I haven't actually found redstone in Tekkit yet, which is a bit annoying, so there's not particularly that much we can do. I do apologise for that, because I do have some bits and pieces I probably can do whilst we wait, kind of thing. But yeah, again, it's going to be a bit more mining and whatever. So thanks for watching my DayZ video today, guys. Hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe. I'll probably do a bit more of this every so often, because I kind of stopped a bit. But the reason I stopped is because I was doing them quite frequently, and well, I don't really know, because with my playstyle it's probably not that fun to watch, if I'm to be honest. I don't really know what your thoughts on that are, because I enjoy playing it, but because I never really kill any zombies, I never really meet up with any players, it's kind of like probably not as fun for you to watch. But apart from that, thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.